Good morning everyone, welcome back to Harvesting Home. My name's Claire and we are on to winter prep part 3. So we've already weeded and mulched and sorted out the compost, but there's still loads of little bits left to do. I really do need to tend to my strawberry seedlings. I put them in from the runners a few weeks back. It's in this video I think. And I really feel like they might need a little bit of protection, so I am going to be mulching them today. I'm also going to have a little look around at jobs that I really would like to get done for 2026, and I am going to be sorting out my raspberries. So grab a cuppa, let's get stuck in. Strawberry bed that I planted up earlier on in October, and it has got a bit overgrown now, so sunlight has been getting to it. I did do a bit of straw down between each row, but I wanted to leave the runners where I'd pop them into the ground. I wanted to leave them so that sunlight can get to them. So today what I need to do really is give these a little bit of a weed, get all the grasses out, and then I'm going to pop a load of straw over the top. Now, some people like to use fleece. I'm not a fleece lover for a couple of reasons. One, it just always flies away. Even if you stake it down, it rips really easily and just flies away. And two, you've then got to store it. Whereas with something like straw, if you can get your hands on it, it literally just mulches away and then it feeds the ground anyway. So I really do prefer to use straw if I can. And like I said before, we're really lucky. We've got a horse field over the back of the plot. And the lady chucked all the spent hay and straw over and manure, and then we can use it up here. Oh. Need a bucket. So let me just show you what I'm actually doing here. So as you can see, it's really quite messy, but this here is a strawberry plant that I put in, and there's a couple of other little ones coming off of it, but that was a runner from one of these big brown ones over here. So I've put all of those big brown ones had so many runners, and I did take some from our strawberry bed over there, and I've put them all in, and that they're the little things that I wanted to just make sure that they had a bit of a good start before I covered everything over. But obviously this and this obviously is grasses, and that's a weed. That's all got to go, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get out as much of that as I can. You're never going to get rid of all of it. And then I am going to get that straw put all over, and that'll just protect it a little bit. I mean, they're called strawberries for a reason though. That's all looking a lot clearer. Still some in there, but like I say, I'm not going to go mad with it. I just want to give it the fighting chance. That little clump there, I could not get out, and it's really attached to the strawberry plant. So I'll see how well that does in the spring, and then I might take it out. And I'm definitely going to just go and get that bit out because it's messy. go and get some more of that straw with some manure in, and then I'm going to meet you up there by my raspberry canes. I actually really enjoy going up there to get this, because where it's right at the back, I have to look at loads of people's allotments and it gives me loads of good ideas. It's fantastic. Right, okay, secateurs and crack on with this. Now, I know that some of these look like they are really fresh and new, but I've been assured, where this is our new plot too, I've been assured that these are actually autumn raspberries, so I can cut them off to the ground now. So I'll be doing that today. So you cut them off so that they're about 2 or 3 inches above the ground level, and then you can mulch them and things. I'm not going to feed them now. I'll be feeding them in the spring when they start growing again, but I will be putting some fresh manure down so that they start leaching the nutrients out of that when it's raining and cold and stuff, and it also protects them a little bit. These didn't do very well when we took this plot over about a month ago. They hadn't really done very well, but I think where Bob was poorly, that had this plot before, I don't think he really did much with them last year, and I love raspberries, so I am going to try my best to get these sorted. And if they don't seem to do anything this year, I do have backups in the freezer still from our other plot, so that I can still make some raspberry dishes, but I do think that I might be able to get these pulled back and get them going again. And if not, I'll just have to buy some more. So let's get on with that. Some of them are actually really quite brittle, so I'm just going to snap them, but I have got the secateurs here for the bits that aren't. I know probably someone's screaming at the thing saying, no, cut them. I will be in a minute, don't worry. Because I don't want to pull them out. Right, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let the foliage and everything fall back onto itself, and then it will feed it as well when it decays and breaks down. Now you can leave this right up until sort of March time if you want to. The reason I'm doing it so early, I normally do it January, February time. The reason I'm doing it so early this year is because I have got some jobs that I want to get done at home. So because of that, I'm getting this done early so that I can just crack on with the home jobs in January and February. That end done. Now the reason for this wire is so that when they grow up you can sort of keep them contained into one area. This we haven't done, this was already here. We want to build a new area around this to try and keep it contained, and we'll probably come out to where I've put these decking boards all the way around, to try and edge it and line it. I'll pop a little picture here of what we're thinking of doing, but yeah, again, we've got so many jobs that we want to do at home, that, you know, it's workable at the minute, so it's not a necessity, it just looks nice. Right, oh, one little one left. Okay. Okay, that is another job very well done. So what I'm going to do now, last job of today, is I'm going to pick a leek for going with our cottage pie for tea. Oh, actually, that reminds me, thank you to everybody that has commented on the parsnips front. I had so many comments. I'm really, really grateful. So I think I am going to go with Gladiator F1. I've got to order some of those, but you all very kindly told me that they need to be completely fresh seeds, so I'm not going to bother ordering them until probably February time. But that's what I'm going to go for, Gladiator F1. So thank you for that. And also for the tip of putting some leeks in the top of your mashed potato for your cottage pie. That's what I'm doing tonight. Right, last job for today is to get the birds fed. And by the birds, I mean not my chickens, I mean the wild birds. So in our makeshift polytunnel, Bob left some bird seed and 2 bird feeders, so I'm going to get those filled up and get them put out for the wild birds. And that's winter prep part 3 all done. The plot is looking snug and ready for the colder weeks ahead. I've still got the tools to sharpen and oil, but I'll leave that for next week, I think. Let me know in the comments what winter jobs you're doing on your own allotment in the next coming weeks. Don't forget, as always, to let me know as well where you're watching from. I'd love to say hi. If you've liked this video, please do remember to give it a like and give it a thumbs up. It really does help more growers like all of us to find our channel. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss part 4 winter prep. I'll see you next week. Look at the size of that, fed our tea. From our other, God, I nearly choked myself with that then.